adjusted um, Liverpool live stream, which was meant to be an FA Cup live stream. And then I've just found out the draw has already been made. So I thought the draw was supposed to be at 7. And by that, I took that to mean there was going to be some god awful introduction to it with lots of legends and people waffling on with people in the crowd and so on and so forth. But no, they've literally just done the draw. So I am going to live reveal that to you now because I don't actually know myself. It's not actually come up on my alerts. Also, as well, Arne Slot is currently giving his press conference about leaving Mo Salah out. And when I say left out, this is not from the substitutes bench. This is from the squad. So those of you who don't know, sorry, because I'm very, very disorganised today. It's been a very, very long day. Those of you who don't know, basically, a little earlier today, Mo Salah actually turned up for team training. And I thought to myself, oh, well, it's probably not been resolved, but, you know, maybe things have thawed a little bit over the last couple of days. Mo was happily out there kicking the ball about. And I thought to myself, oh, he'll be on the plane. Nice one. And then, as it turns out, he was dropped from the squad entirely. So yeah, it's been a bit of a dramatic day. The party never stops with Liverpool Football Club, sadly. Not like the party we had last year. So I'm gonna find out because genuinely I don't know who we've actually just drawn. If my laptop would work, that would be very helpful indeed. Let's have a look. So yeah, completely disorganised. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. And yeah, let's just have a look. Right, okay, so FA Cup draw. Let's have a look. So Liverpool are ball number 21. Oh, let's have a look. Right, okay. Donny Rovers versus Southampton. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Shrewsbury Town. Tottenham versus Villa. Right, well, we've missed two big ones there. Port Vale versus Fleetwood. I know it's going to be Chelsea or Man United or Man City. Let's have a look. Preston versus Wigan. Ipswich versus Blackpool. Wrexham versus Nottingham Forest. Charlton versus Chelsea. Right, so we've got rid of Chelsea. No Man City. Man City versus Exeter, seriously. West Ham versus QPR. Sheffield Wednesday versus Brentford. Fulham versus Middlesbrough. Oh! I think I might be going to Anfield, guys. Everton versus Sunderland and Liverpool versus Barnsley of the League One variety. That does give me horrible recurring nightmares of when we actually lost to Barnsley in the FA Cup. I want to say that was about 12, 13 years ago. In fact, Barnsley have done us over a couple of times actually since I've been a Liverpool fan. So, but I said I wanted the home draw against the lower league side. It's the only chance I'm ever going to get a ticket, really. So, bro, if you are out there, and I know you are, and we need to have words, I think we're going to see Barnsley, mate. So yeah, Liverpool. Yes, basically. Whoops. Liverpool are playing Barnsley in the FA Cup third round. Burnley versus Millwall. Norwich versus Walsall. Portsmouth versus Arsenal. Derby County versus Leeds. Oh, locals will be very happy about that. Or maybe not so. Swansea versus West Bromwich Albion. Salford versus Swindon. Boreham versus Brackley Town or Burton Albion. Oh, I'm gutted for them. They would have wanted someone a bit better than that. Grimsby versus Western Supermare. Hull City versus Blackburn. Newcastle versus Bournemouth. MK Dons versus Oxford United, Cheltenham Town versus Leicester City, Cambridge versus Bristol City, Birmingham City, Bristol City versus Watford, Stoke City versus Coventry, Macclesfield versus Palace, Man United Brighton. Oh, get in. Yeah, Man United have got Brighton. Very happy with that. FA Cup third round draw. All ties will be played between the 9th and the 12th of January. Right, so with Liverpool versus Barnsley, I'm assuming that means we're either going to get the Saturday night or the Sunday afternoon, Sunday early evening, that early morning slot. I really hope it's not that slot that we had against, pardon the expression, against Cardiff City a few years ago, where we it was when Harvey Elliott scored when he came back, and we ended up like what was it? I think it was like a 12 o'clock kickoff or something. So yeah, Barnsley versus Liverpool. I am going to try and get a ticket, folks. So I will be having a word with my sibling about that. But yes, I am going to try and see Liverpool play Barnsley, which I wasn't expecting. Yes, the ties are going to play between the 9th and the 12th. If it wasn't on a Saturday for childcare purposes, I would very much appreciate that. Although I could take the lad, I suppose, and bribe him. Yeah, reaction, pretty dull draw. Yeah, I was going to say there isn't much there, is there? Third round, drawing full, so standout ties. Yeah, there's not much, is there, really? I mean, Charlton versus Chelsea will be interesting. Derby versus Leeds will be interesting. Everton, Sunderland's decent. Obviously, we've got Barnsley. Man City have got Exeter City. Man United versus Brighton is very, very funny indeed. I'm sure I won't be laughing at the weekend when we lose to Brighton. Newcastle United versus Bournemouth. That'll be good. Tottenham versus Villa will be good. I quite like the look of West Ham versus QPR. A bit old school, that one. Wrexham versus Nottingham Forest looks fun, actually, to be fair. Yeah, it's not a bad draw. It's just not the most exciting, is it? So, yeah, like I said, folks, really sorry, but this was meant to be an FA Cup draw live stream, and unfortunately, I forgot what the time was, and yes. Basically, he missed the entire draw, so yeah, pretty cool. Right, so the main news and the reason why I changed it from the FA Cup draw is obviously, so there's a press conference going on right now with Arne Slot. I've got the notes here of what's been said so far. It's not massively complimentary, and I've got to be honest, I don't really blame the manager, whatever you think. The way that Mo went around that was pretty abysmal, I have to say. Really, really poor. So yeah, basically at the start of the day, Mo turned up for season training. Turned up for morning training before they flew out to Milan, and everyone thought, oh well, at least he'll be in the squad and blah 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 blah. But then they actually released the squad who have now presumably arrived in Milan. I mean, I'm assuming the press conference is being done in Milan, unless they're going to fly after the conference. I'm not too sure what they're doing it from, to be honest. But yeah, they basically quietly dropped this. Bro, do you Liverpool fans? Yep, yes, I do. Yeah, and basically, he's been left out of the squad entirely. Like, he's not even there at all. So, look, I mean, I think off the top of my head, I think it's quite, I wouldn't say clever by Liverpool, but obviously Mo is going to AFCON like literally in about 6 days, so they can kind of frame it as, well, you're going anyway, so do you want to maybe go a bit earlier? I think the timing's probably worked out very well for Liverpool and very well for Mo Salah as well. Yeah, it's not cool. It really isn't cool, to be honest. It's a really, really poor situation. Yeah, I'm just going to try and find the quotes now, folks. Oh, I should probably say, basically, this will be on YouTube podcasts and it will be on YouTube video. I'm probably not going to be on for too long, to be honest, guys, because I am knackered. But yeah, I'll stop on for a little bit at least to see how long my battery lasts and everything. Let's have a look. Muhammad, I'm Liverpool fans too from Malaysia. Oh, nice one. Nice one, Mohammed. I am from Leeds in England. So I got the pleasure of seeing Leeds United score the equaliser against Liverpool round the corner from my house the other day. And all my friends are pretty much Leeds United fans. So, yeah, not really cool, to be honest. But I got to see the coach anyway the other day and I gave him a wave. Let's have a look. Right, so Arne Slot. So these are the quotes coming out, folks, from Arne. Slot says the only one who can answer if Salah is referring to him when he said he was thrown under the bus is Mo. Slot says the club have let Salah know he would not be travelling to Italy and that is the only communication he has had with him. He says he hadn't felt his and Salah's relationship had broken down at all until Sunday evening. Until Sunday evening. Now that's really interesting, actually. Because the match was, I don't know if Arna's just maybe got that wrong, but the match was on Saturday night, and I'm just wondering if there's been any kick-off since then. Because he's just said Sunday evening. That's a bit weird, to be honest, but haha, I'm a bit upset, bro, but yeah, Leeds deserve it. Yeah, no, Leeds did, dude. Leeds did, dude. He was, they played really, really well. We were crap as per usual, unfortunately. So yeah, no, I don't think we deserve to win. I think Leeds would have been very unlucky not to at least got a point out of it. Liverpool head coach on if he thinks Mohamed Salah was referring to him as throwing under the bus. The only one who can answer that is Mo himself. I can guess, but I don't think that is the right thing to do at the moment in time. It's hard for me to tell who he means in this situation. When asked if Salah has played his last game for Liverpool, Arne Slot says, I have no clue. I can't answer that at this time. That that doesn't sound good. That does not sound good at all. Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Slot adds, I'm basically going off BBC, folks, if you want to follow along. It was a surprise. Liverpool head coach on his relationship with Mohamed Salah has broken down. We let him know that he's not travelling with us, so that was the only communication that there has been from us to him. Of course, before Saturday, the two of us have spoken a lot. Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. That's not the way I feel when talking about the relationship has broken down, but he has the right to feel how he feels things. I haven't felt that at all until Saturday. Oh, Saturday. Yeah, so he's clarified Saturday evening. When I didn't play him, usually players don't like the manager that much. Well, yeah. But he was very respectful to my staff, to his teammates, and he trained really hard. So to an extent, it was a surprise to me when I heard after the game that he gave the comments that he gave. Like I said, it's not the first time, it won't be the last time when a player doesn't play that he says something similar to what he did. My reaction to that is also clear. He isn't here tonight. Ooh. Right, so Arda's not having it then. Right. Basically, from what I interpret from that, basically Arna is pretty much saying if you've got a problem with me, then you need to have come and said it to me, son. I've put two and two together and basically saying that Mo has not spoke to him about any of these issues. And I mean, all I'll say is Arne Slot doesn't strike me as the sort of bloke who wouldn't have it out with another bloke if he had something to say. I'm not accusing Mo of not being the same, but perhaps, honestly, I don't know. It's just such a bloody mess, this is. Hi, Kevin. How you doing, mate? You all right? Long time no here. Hi, mate. How's it going? Very disappointed with Liverpool, but don't know anymore with us. The atmosphere in Liverpool is so sad now. If it carries on, then don't know how much more Liverpool fans can take it. Well, yeah, Kevin, it's one of these. It's one of these, mate. To be honest, look, it's pretty awful, but I think the reason I don't feel it as much as other Liverpool fans is, I mean, obviously I've been supporting the club since 1990, and there was a situation in 1993 heading into March, if you can believe this, where John Barnes had to score a penalty to keep us out of the bottom four. And back in the day, the bottom four went down from the Premier League. I mean, in the end, we ended up finishing sixth. We won like something stupid, like 8 of the last 11 games, and we were nowhere near. But like the fact that we were legitimately talking about Liverpool going down was horrendous at 13. There was the obviously Gillett and Tom Hicks. Don't ask me about Mr. Hicks, by the way, anyone, because I'm going to try and be respectful, and I'm not going to say anything about the man's passing, either positively or negatively. But there was the bit with Gillett and Hicks where I thought the club was literally going to go out of business. I remember us losing to Blackpool and then drawing with Everton, and we were literally just above the bottom three. And you're talking, this is only about 13, 14 years ago. I mean, we've had some horrendous sides in the late 90s, some in the noughties. I mean, Klopp's first season, we finished 8th by drawing with West Brom. This is definitely not cool, don't get me wrong, and it's not really acceptable that the lads are doing this, but I don't know if it's quite as bad as, let's say, the Roy Hodgson season. I mean, I know statistically this isn't far off Roy Hodgson, but I mean, the football was, if you think this football is bad, if you didn't see the last 3 months of Hodgson, do yourself a favour and give that a watch if you think this is bad, because it was truly absolutely bloody abysmal. But yeah, no, I do agree. It is getting very annoying, to be honest, Kev. It really is. And how long do we put up with it? It depends how long the owners put up with it. I mean, it's all well and good them giving him a what you call it, when you're positive about something, vote of confidence. So all good FSG doing that. I mean, if he loses the next 5 matches, I mean, you're talking we must have a record now with what, 4 wins in. Do you know what? I don't even know. I would, if anyone knows, just let us know. But I would have thought it was the last 15 matches. I'd be very surprised if we've won more than 3, possibly 4. We've drawn 1 and lost what, 8, 9, maybe drawn 2. I mean, it is pretty diabolical, it has to be said. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What do you, Hammond again? What do you thought about Slot? Still believe in order to be someone that, you see, Mohammed. I honestly don't know anymore. I was Team Slot. I probably am still Team Slot. Right, Finn, how you doing, mate? I probably am still Team Slot, because the only reason is, but something's changed today actually on this. I was saying a couple of weeks ago, who are you going to get who is available, who is better than Arne Slot, the league-winning manager? And I like Roberto De Zerbi, but has he won any? I don't mean this rudely. Has Roberto De Zerbi won anything? Can anyone let us know? I mean, I think he may have won a trophy or something where he was managing previously. He's doing really well in Marseille, but I do like Roberto De Zerbi. Are Marseille going to let him go? Absolutely not mid-season. Then you've got Ndoni Areola. How much are Bournemouth going to want from him? What, 20, 30 million quid? Again, what's he won? I'm guessing not a great deal. Is Areola better than Slot? I don't know. Slot's gone. Finn is saying, well, who knows, Finn? Like I said, I'm going to get back to the comments in a minute because he's literally just finished speaking, I think, a minute ago. So to answer your question, Mohammed, I was kind of like slot in. However, there is news today. I mean, like I can't believe how dramatic today has been for like football, Liverpool in general. That Mr. Fiorentino Perez, as in the idiot who runs Real Madrid Football Club, yes, them. There was an emergency board meeting apparently after the Celta Vigo match because they actually lost 2-0 to Celta Vigo, which always makes me laugh because I hate Real Madrid. They suck. However, I couldn't believe my eyes. Apparently, Real Madrid are thinking of sacking Xabi Alonso, and I'm like, are you completely stupid? I take the point they're not pulling up trees in La Liga, but they're well placed in the Champions League. They're only, what is it, 4 or 5 points off Barcelona. But apparently they want him to be sacked, and apparently they want to replace him with it was someone really random actually. I don't know if I misheard this, but I think that I've overheard some sort of conversation where they were on about getting Claudio Ranieri, and I'm like, well, I mean, surely you can't be serious. Anyway, the point of all that is, if Xavi Alonso is fired, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. He was kind of the one everyone wanted if you remember back to when Klopp announced he was going to go. Everyone, pretty much to a woman and to a man, pretty much said Xabi Alonso. Everyone did. Do Liverpool know something that we don't know? I don't. I mean, the thing with Salah as well. I mean, I am starting to wonder genuinely whether this is also deliberate on Liverpool's part. Whether they just gave him the contract to shut all us up as fans, and then bomb him out of the club, having made him sign and to make sure that we can get some money is what I'm getting at. So, obviously, look, Saudi Arabia will pay. They will definitely pay. I mean, we ain't going to get 200 million quid for him in this time, but I reckon Saudi will go at least 70, 80 million quid. I mean, a lad who's got, what, 15, 16 months on his contract, 80 million quid, 34 years of age at the end of the season. You're borderline, you'd have to take it, to be honest. So, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Finn, we're in a really bad situation with Salah and Slot on different terms. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is just really sad, to be honest. There's a lot of Liverpool fans who disagree with me, and fair enough if you do, but like, there's a lot of Liverpool fans saying, look, at the time, get rid. We can't keep giving people golden plaques and letting them go for free and blah 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 blah. Mo Salah is probably one who I would disagree on that. I would have loved to have said goodbye to Mo Salah, and I don't like the idea of him basically going. There's a theoretical chance that Mo actually, well, they said about Brighton that there's a theoretical chance that Mo Salah's last football match was 2 games ago, 3 games ago. And that's just really, really sad, to be honest. I mean, I don't really like the idea of Mo Salah having to leave through the back door. But I mean, I'd say it's a very live possibility at the minute. I really would. If Salah feels betrayed by the club he's been at for what, like 8 years or something, like that's not good at all. This would never happen under Klopp. You say that, Finn. I mostly agree with you, but they did have that row, if you remember, and it did get to the stage where it was getting quite strained between Klopp and everything. I don't know what had kicked off between them on the touchline, but again, that was Mo being dropped. I mean, I always thought Mo was one of the. I'm not saying I think he's an arsehole or anything, but like he'd said a couple of things in 8 years, and you're like, well, obviously Mo's always behaved, he's always been part of the community, he's always been very respectful. I still think he's a very decent bloke, but I have noticed these comments have been increased. Now, look, it's only 2 or 3 things, but I've seen a couple of interviews where I'm like, Obviously, I'd be tempted if I was good at as good as Mo Salah, but I'm not sure of some of the comments he's been making of recent times are the most humble in the world, is the politest thing I would say. Kevin thinks Salah knew he was going. What it does not help come out and say this about being in position right now. Put Bird of Van Dijk, another French fellow, can't spell name. Definitely Ben. Oh, is in Canate? Yeah, he needs to be bombed out. At this point, I'm being deadly serious about this. I would rather play Wataru Endo in central defence with Virgil van Dijk, and this isn't me taking the mick. I genuinely mean that. I'd rather have Endo. I'd rather just get Ryan Gravenberch trained up as a centre back, like we had to do with Henderson like 3 or 4 years ago. Just say to Ryan Gravenberch, right, this is the deal. We're going to go and get Mark Gay immediately in January. Can you just be centre back for us for the next, how many more games? We think we've got 5 games left before the end of the year. You say to Verge, look, we'll put Ryan in central defence. We'll put Endo in central defence. We'll put extra cover in the round so he's not getting exposed too often. Maybe you can play it a different way. Maybe you can go at 3 at the back. Maybe you can have like Robbo supporting Verge with, I don't know, Bradley when he's fit being a third centre. But honestly, I don't. I mean, it's just. This is the result of Liverpool Football Club being, excuse my language, shit. They should have signed a central defender, and the fact they didn't is ridiculous. And I don't like this thing of, oh well, Leone got injured. We didn't know that was going to happen. It's like, mate, you needed to buy 4 centre backs, not 1. You needed to buy 4. And people in the summer were like saying, "Oh, don't be silly. We don't need 4. We only need 1. It's just that and the other." It's like, yeah, look what's happened there. And it really annoys me because this is the second time we've done this with centre backs. It's absolute bloody nonsense at the end of the day. The reason I said 4 at the time, Virgil van Dijk is 34 years of age, right? Ibu Konate is in the last year of his contract, and I knew that was going to be a factor. Joe Gomez cannot play more than 10 to 12 games a season. And with the greatest respect, I'm sure Giovanni Leone will be very good for Liverpool when he's fit again, but he is an 18-year-old child. I don't mean that rudely. I know he's a big, big bloke, and it's not a thing, but I am an old, grumpy old man. I'm 46, so Giovanni Leone to me is basically a child. That's no disrespect whatsoever. And we've basically been left with a choice of what? Maybe Endo and Andrew Robertson. I mean, again, I'm just throwing it out there. What would have been more useful now, Alexander Isak or 3 centre-backs? We had a perfectly good player in Luis Diaz, who various people, after he was sold, spent the summer telling me, oh, Luis Diaz was never actually very good. He was a very poor football player and did nothing for Liverpool. My riposte would be, I think you stand corrected. So yeah, I honestly, I don't know, Fred. I really do not know. It's just awful, and it really is awful. Sorry, Kevin Heathen. Getting people's names mixed up now. Saudi can go up to 400 million. Yeah, 400 million. I don't want to thought so, mate. Joshua, how you doing, mate? You all right? How you doing, Joshua? Ich bin German. Are you happy with the World Cup draw? Who did Germany get in the end again? Was it Oh my god, I did the draw the other day. I can't even bloody remember now. Who did Germany get? Was it I've completely forgot. I'll have a look at the World Cup draws in a minute. If Liverpool had lost them 3 games, would Slot have been sacked? But definitely, I think, had got the team in the last 3 games. Watch Liverpool have a lead now. Liverpool fine. Maybe they will, Kevin. I don't know. I mean, listening to these comments from Slot, because I was reading through them, I don't think he's going anywhere. The other thing is as well, this is one of FSG's managers. Are they going to want to sack off a manager they've appointed? I'm guessing not, because I mean, other than they did it with Hodgson, obviously, but that's when FSG first came in. And they did it with Kenny, but I think Kenny knew he was only ever going to be a caretaker. Obviously, they've had Klopp, so this is technically the second big appointment they've made. I mean, the thing is with FSG as well, if you look, they are a very successful organisation. They do not tend to listen to the likes of me or the likes of you and this, that, and the other. So, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Hello, Ale's gut. Oh, you've gone back to yeah. Good lad. Excellent. Yeah, Deutschland. Oh, nice that yeah is here as well. I'm currently working okay, cool. DT, how you doing, mate? You alright? How's it going? That was some pretty nifty cutting you were doing in your like greenhousey thing the other day. See, I have started to watch. Let's have a look. Like Don, Josh, you are not German. Deutschland. What team does Teddy Sheringham play for now? He's a old man like me, mate. I wouldn't have thought he's playing for anyone, to be honest. Let's have a look. Hello, Mister. How you doing? Not too bad. Not too bad yourself, lad. I'm more than happy with our draw. More than happy with our draw. Oh, for the FA Cup, yeah. Yeah. Who did you? I've just read it out actually. Who did Arsenal get? Let me just have a look. I've literally just so yeah. Basically, I don't. You might have just come on, but I titled this as an FA Cup live draw, and discovered to my horror as I was about to go on, the draw had already concluded. So hence me desperately having to make another thumbnail up about Salah. And then I suddenly realised Slot was doing a press conference at the same time, and I was just like, do you know what? I'll just put, is Mo Salah leaving? We'll just we'll just stitch this together as we go along, basically. So yes, it's ended up being like two lots of different live streams, basically just thrown together. But I mean, that's how I roll at the end of the day. If you notice, though, actually, I've done a bit of jiggery pokery. I've actually got one of those. Perhaps the young people could help me. Is it called a selfie ring? Is that what one calls it? I don't know. Do you know the white thing where you've got the phone in the middle and you stick the, you know what I mean, basically. Yeah, this has actually got me one, so I'm down with the kids now. I had it basically with my phone and like my GoPro thing that I've got on the laptop. I had it on this like in fact I can show you. If you're ever wondering why my phone's been falling off, which it fell off the other day, it's because it's been on this. Check out Godzilla, by the way. How cool is that? So literally my phone, it's not even had a thing. It literally just been leaning on that. So every now and again when it falls over, if there's like a gust of wind or something, that's what's been happening basically. So yeah, got a bit more technology now. Like DT said, I still need a shirt mic. I will get one of those actually, DT. Thanks for the recommendation. In fact, I was meant to have bought that 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I didn't. I'm sorry, I'm going on random tangents again, folks. Sorry, it's been a very, very long day. A very long day, but still. So, yeah, your draw was Arsenal. Oh, it'd be a good tie, Portsmouth. Not bad, Pompey. No, Arsenal will go for, I'm sure, yeah, to be honest. But I did love the draw, the fact that Man United have got Brighton. That's brilliant. Love it. Do you remember a few years back when Al Hilal offered 450 million for Salah and Klopp rejected it? You know that sentence that Force says, did they though? I did hear about it, Finn. I'm not disagreeing, obviously, but I'm not sure if it was ever realistic that it would have been 450 million. I mean, look, they could have done it with add-ons and like bonus appearances, and if Mo Salah scores 85 goals in 1 year, then Liverpool get money and this, that, and the other. But I seriously doubt whether it would have been 450 million. I reckon we could still get 80, and this is where the problem is now. if Mo definitely wants to leave and he's at AFCON, bearing in mind where AFCON is situated geographically as well, it's not, I mean, it's not right round the corner from Saudi Arabia, obviously, but it's slightly nearer to where he is currently. I mean, all it takes is someone to go to the Egyptian camp from Saudi and basically say, there you go, blank check, put whatever you want in it. Someone goes to Liverpool and says, look, we want Mo Salah. You don't want him, he doesn't want to pay for you. How does 130 million quid sound? Now, if it's anywhere near over 100, I think we have to accept that Mo Salah has gone. But like I said, the issue that I have with it is I would rather honestly not get the transfer fee and say goodbye to Mo, because I don't like the idea of him leaving like this. I've been through this before with Robbie Fowler. Obviously, he got to come back, kind of thing, so that was cool. Obviously, we did a similar thing with Torres, although Torres was being a bit of a rat, obviously jumping ship to Chelsea. But in retrospect, I was livid about that because I was about 23, 24 years old, or whatever I was, and I was calling him FW and various other things. But obviously, as now I've grown up, I still don't agree with Fernando Torres at all, but I can kind of understand. Obviously, the one I will never understand is Michael Owen. As whatever Michael Owen comes out with, you don't play for Man United if you play for Liverpool. Don't want to hear his excuses, but like Salah leaving without getting to say goodbye, I genuinely, it just makes me feel really sad. It really does, really does. Quick question, yes, of course, yeah. Selfie ring light, that's the one. That is the one. Yeah, selfie ring light. Joshua again. Hi, Joshua. Do you think City will destroy the mighty Arsenal chances of winning this? Nah, I still think Arsenal will win, yeah, to be honest. I really do. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Finn. Cheers. Yeah, I do wristbands, actually, being a bit of a geek. In fact, quick time out. I'll show you some of my wristbands because I've got them right next to me. That's Spidey. That one's a bit dirty. That's like a rocky emo thing that I had from back in the day when I was wearing like jorts and like chains and like skull things and this, that, and the other. So yeah, that's obviously the Mighty Ghana, which got soaking wet earlier. Oh, and for the geeks out there, you might like this one. Check that out. How cool's that? For those of you who don't know, that's the Decepticon symbol from the Transformers. Uh, cheap plug, by the way. I am a massive geek, as you may have been able to tell, and from the name, and I also do toy hunts and comic cons. But yeah, you're more than welcome to check out the channel. Yes, yeah, I know they got Brighton. Oh, it's so good. I think Brighton will do Man United as well. Unfortunately, I think Brighton will do us this weekend as well. I actually think we've got more of a chance of beating Inter Milan than Brighton. The Brighton thing, do you know? I'm not saying I'm not going to be there supporting the lads, because I will be. I've complete waste of time that match, as far as I'm concerned. I'll tell you now, it will be Liverpool 1, Brighton 4. And definitely, when I say 4, I don't mean I'm taking the mick. I mean it will be 4-1 Brighton. I don't see a world where, to be quite honest, at the moment, you'd have to put Brighton as favourites. And again, I'm not being disrespectful. It's not me taking the mick out of us or taking the mick out of Brighton. Brighton are favourites for that match because they have played better football than Liverpool and they're above us in the table. I mean, I don't want to keep saying this, but I would be delighted with a point. The trouble is, I'm finding myself at the minute saying that about nearly everyone. Look, stupidly, I went down the road to Ellen Road the other night when we'd finished to do me live reaction and stuff, because I thought, well, it's literally down the road and I've got to see the coach and wave people off and everything. Little did I know at the time, by the way, that as I was there, ironically enough, that's when Mo was doing that interview, because I looked at the time it was, and I was just like, and where Ellen Road's situated, like the mix zone sort of at the back of the stadium, I think. And I saw a load of journalists coming out, and they all looked really excited. I at the time I didn't realise why, but they were like running to cars and this, that, and the other. So I was actually there when Mo dropped that H bomb so wonderfully on Saturday. But yeah, Don't know why I was telling you that story. I really don't. Oh yeah. But when I went down to Welland Road after all the locals had gone, to be honest, I know we conceded in the last minute. I was actually relieved, and that's how bad it is. Literally, referee blew the final whistle, and I was just like, 3 matches unbeaten. That's brilliant, wonderful. And then I suddenly thought, like, dude, we've conceded the lead twice. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not that now in the cold light of day. Look, it's just not cool at all. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to expect tomorrow. Quite honestly, I really don't. I think that could get out of hand in a hurry. The Arsenal match in a month is the one that I am really worried about in terms. No, because not because I've already accepted that Arsenal are better than us and Arsenal beat us. I mean in terms of it being embarrassing. Put it this way: if someone offered me now Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1, I'd say, yep, I'll take it. Which is really sad, but say if I don't know Arsenal scored, I don't know, 2 penalties and like we had 4 players sent off or something like that, and we conceded 2 penalties in the last minute of the game. That is kind of like, well, good effort, you know what I mean? But I mean, if Arsenal go 2-0 up after 20 minutes, I seriously that could end up being 6 or 7-0, and that's what they have to avoid in that match. To be quite honest, if someone said 1-0 to the Arsenal, fine, take it right now. And that's the problem. I shouldn't really be thinking like that at Liverpool. Look, don't get me wrong, going to Arsenal is extremely difficult. But I should not be thinking to myself, as long as we don't lose by more than 3 before a match starts, that isn't, it's not a good place to be really at all. Yeah, guys, I'll just they got Brighton. We could get away with 80 more. I reckon so, Finn. I put it this way, Finn. No, if they came in with 85, I think he'll go. I know we should be looking at 100 million and trying, not, well, for want of a better phrase, con Saudi into giving us money. But I think all things told, and don't forget as well, there is also there's the Mark Gay factor. Maybe the Alexander Isak money was always for Alexander Isak. Maybe the plan to get Mark Gay was always to sell Mo Salah and get someone else. Maybe the plan has already been arranged that Antoine Semenyo is already a Liverpool player and it's already been agreed, and this is the whole way of getting the money for Gay and Semenyo to sell Salah. I don't know, because it just seemed the other issue that I've got with the Mo Salah thing. It, I get you're not happy, but it's just come out of nowhere. This, I mean, obviously, look, Mo Salah does not like being left out of games. Um, But I mean, that on Saturday was just like, where the hell has this come from, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, um, to quote wrestling parlance, what I'm suggesting is, I think this could be a work that has been worked out for a long time by Liverpool Football Club. And perhaps this is the reason why Mo was given the contract. And if that's the case, that's pretty shit and it's a bit sneaky. But I always did think to myself, obviously I knew Trent. We always knew Trent was going to go. That was always a long shot. But I did think to myself at the time, Van Dijk and Salah both getting those contracts at that age. Maybe they were FSG were never going to pay that sort of money. Maybe they were. What I'm getting at is basically maybe they've. I wouldn't say told Arne Slot, but perhaps hinted to him that it would be advantageous for us if you did not play him. Maybe that's a bit too conspiracy theory. I don't know, but like, there's something about this that doesn't sit right with me at all, to be honest. So I'm just watching the end of this press conference. Oh, nice cup of tea, though. So look, I was ill on the Survivor Series weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, Fit. Oh no, you're ill again now. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. What is it? A cold or ill? You haven't got COVID, have you, or anything? Yeah, I hope you get better, mate. Anyway, if you watch football by chance, what team do you support? That one, unfortunately. The mighty Reds. Lumsey, for my sins, basically. Yes, no, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've been a Liverpool fan since 1990, so coming up to 36 years. And this is pretty rubbish, but it's not the most rubbish I've ever seen Liverpool. Trust me, this is probably why I'm not going as mental as anyone else. I mean, it's like I said, kids. We were like in '93, we were in 16th, 17th place. And John Barnes, like I said, I know I've had to keep going on about this, but John Barnes had to score us a second penalty after we missed a penalty to beat Queen's Park Rangers to keep us out of the bottom four at the start of March. That was a dreadful team. This is just an incompetent team, full of very, very good, highly expensive paid footballers that need to pull the finger out of the backside. Yeah, let me just read this to you first. Um, yeah, so the press conference earlier, Slot adds he does not feel he has been undermined by Salah's comments. Well, I mean, you kind of have, basically. Um, After tomorrow, we'll take a look at the situation. We are sitting here on the evening before a big game for us, and there is only 36 hours maybe since we conceded the goal for 3-3 against Leeds. I've tried to prepare the team I've tried to prepare my team in the best possible way for tomorrow evening, so the most thoughts I have are about tomorrow. After tomorrow, we will look at the situation again. Slot says he has spoken to Salah twice in the 2 days before the Leeds match. He says he has not spoken to Salah individually since the Leeds game. Ooh. So basically, he's told him to go forth and gleefully multiply. Or as some of the younger kids would say, the other thing. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot, if there is a way back for Mohamed Salah, I'm a firm believer that there is always a possibility to return for a player. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot on Salah reaction to being let out of the squad, a short one. Slot said, would you guys like some extra funny news? Slot says Federico Chiesa is ill, and unless he makes a big recovery, he will not play against Inter Milan. It gets better, this. He says Cody Gakpo will be out for a few weeks after picking up an injury in Liverpool's last match. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, just to be clear, we've just lost Federico Chiesa, Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah is going to AFCON, Jeremy Frimpong is back training but is not available, which leaves us with, after all the moaning about all the attacking players, off the top of my head, that leaves us with Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, and Rio Ingamoa. Am I missing a person? I don't think I'm missing a person, am I? I mean, honest to God, this. I was wondering why we had a 19-man squad. Yeah. Look, folks. I mean, Gakpo's not exactly been pulling up any trees himself, but like, Chiesa being ill, like, look, you can't help getting being ill, I guess, but like, dude, Federico, this was your time. And this is probably, look, as much as I want Chiesa to play, and I think he should be playing, and this is the other reason why I feel a bit sorry for Slot at times, because it's just like whenever you think he's about to come along, he's basically gets himself injured. Not he gets himself injured, obviously, but you know it's not cool. Finn, I've got a cough and my head and neck are killing me. I've been in bed just trying to do nothing to recover. That sounds like flu to me, Finn. Because that's what I get. I had that the other day. It was going around our house as well. My son had it, Mrs. had it, and then I had it for like 24 hours. It was a right pain in the arse. I hope you get better soon, dude. Anyway, and just stay in bed. Like, dude, you don't want to be wandering about in this, especially with all the Christmas shoppers, uttering complete lunatics. Uh, by the way, but yeah, this is the worst press conference I have ever seen. This is awful, absolutely bloody awful. I don't, I don't know why I'm laughing for. To be honest, I mean, it's just got to that stage where I'm just like, by the way, Inter Milan will score in the first 10 seconds tomorrow as well. Yeah, it's just a farce. This. Arne Slot on why Salah was benched for the last 3 games. We as a team struggled this season and more last season with the game plans other teams had against us. So I am not talking about the long ball style, which is something teams do against us now. They've always done that against us, mate. I have tried to come up with my solutions because that is my job. We have tried many things and we looked very vulnerable after all the things I've tried against Forest and PSV. I decided to play with an extra midfielder in the game against West Ham. We won the game, so I decided to do it one more time against Sunderland. At half time, I brought him in, as in Salah. Then against Leeds, we played 5-3-2, and I decided to play 4-4-2 Diamond, if you want to talk about it like this, with Hugo Ekitike off the right and Cody Gakpo off the left and Florian in between. I could have played Mo off the right, but I decided to play Hugo. I mean, he's got a point there, folks. I mean, put it this way: at the minute, who would you rather have Hugo Ekitike and or Mo Salah? Because I'm going to pick the lad who's got 10 or 11 goals, or how many ridiculous number that Ekitike's already got. I mean, those 2 goals were bloody brilliant the other day. I had a flu jab. Oh, Finn, dude, I hope that's not where it's come from. So I had a, I won't say too much, mate, because obviously I'm sure you don't need to hear this, but like, I had a flu jab about 15 years ago, and I've not had one since. It was like one of the worst, horrendous illnesses after that flu jab I've ever had. I was in bed literally for about 10 days. Hopefully yours won't be as long. It might not have anything to do with the flu jab. But dude, honestly, it was absolutely just horrendous, just awful, awful, just foul, basically. Um, Excuse me again, folks. Sorry. Arne Slot on why Salah was benched. Yada, yada, yada. Yes, that's the thing with Hugo. Arne Slot's news conference ends with a couple of questions on Inter Milan style of play and Federico Chiesa's chances of making the Italian national team. Not great. I wouldn't have thought, to be honest. Um, Allison spoke to the media as well. Allison says he's not spoken to Salah. He says he will have a conversation, but it will be private. Well, obviously, they've known each other for years, haven't they? He says the dressing room is as good as it can be. All the players will be thinking differently, and that's okay. Um, Arne Slot, the impact of Salah's comments. I don't feel that my authority has been undermined. It's not the way I feel it. It's not about me. My life is difficult, yes or no, but that's not very important in situations like this. It's if it is more difficult for the team, blah blah blah. I'm the manager. I have to pick a team, so to a certain extent, I am important, but my focus is on the team and not me. Allison says he hopes to Salah plays again for Liverpool, but that's a personal situation between Salah and the club. Allison confirms his own relationship with Slot is very good. Um, Liverpool head coach Arne Slot, if he understands why Salah thinks he's been thrown under the bus, I would need to know what he means by it and why he says this. Who is he referring to? Have you had that conversation? No, not with those words. Usually I'm calm and polite, but that doesn't mean I'm weak. If a player has these comments about so many things, then it is up to me, us as a club, to react. And you can see now he is not here. This is ridiculous. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot on if anything could have been done differently to avoid Salah comments. I should need to find out exactly why he said what he said, but then I have to guess a little bit. Just play him every single time. Maybe it's something. why he said. Maybe there's something else, but I don't know. Maybe it is something else, which is why he thinks and feels this way. Doesn't sound good, folks, at all. Then Slot talks about Inter Milan. Um, um, yeah, it's pretty horrendous, guys, to be completely honest. So, one good thing about the last hour, though, and thank you all for sticking with me as well. Um, is and if anyone's just missed this, by the way, Liverpool have got Barnsley in the FA Cup. So no offense to everyone else. The moment they drop on hospitality, I will be going to Seat Loader and I will buy myself a ticket. So I should be speaking to the bro. Bro, if you are looking and watching, by the way, we need to get on that, mate, as quickly as possible. Because I think it's in the second weekend of January. So yes, I will be. Let's have a look. Salah started a civil war. What does Alison Becker think about Wayne Rooney's comments? I well, I mean, I pay more attention to a farting warthog than I would do a Wayne Rooney, to be quite honest. Yeah, Wayne, we know what you're trying to do, mate. Yeah, it's not working. Do one. Maybe put your own house in order and learn how to be a football manager. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, that is about it, folks. That was pretty terrible, to be honest. Other than finding out that Liverpool playing Barnsley, like I said, that gives me a chance of hopefully. Obviously, I goes without saying, if I can get the tickets in all seriousness for Barnsley, even if I go on my own, there will be a match day vlog. So that will be the first 2 weeks of January. So this could be very exciting for you, boy, because I should be getting tickets for WWE as well. So I'm either going to go to WWE Newcastle or WWE in Nottingham. I haven't quite worked out yet, but I'm more inclined, because there are tickets still left. I'm more inclined to go to Newcastle. No offense to the Nottingham. Nottingham's a nice city and everything, but Newcastle is like something else. It's proper quality up there. So yeah. In fact, I think the Liverpool game would end up being on the Sunday, and then I'd be going to WWE about 4 days after that. So that could be a very cool start to the year. So yes, good job I've got some annual leave, really, isn't it? But yes, obviously, like I said, if I can end up getting tickets to the Barnsley match, I will do a match day vlog. Just before I go, for the Liverpool fans, basically my playlist for Liverpool, because I do loads of different stuff, is what is my hell is my playlist? Geek Boy Does Liverpool and Geek Boy A Liverpool Story, which is the podcast, which this is the thing that will end up being the podcast, and hopefully it will be available to listen to on audio in maybe sort of late tomorrow afternoon. If you want to hear about the world's worst press conference and the fact that I missed a live FA Cup draw again, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, but like I said, I do other stuff as well. So I cover horror, pride, comic cons, toy hunts, football stadium tours, and I am missing something. Obviously, Liverpool. Oh, pro wrestling, of course. And yeah, if you're an AEW fan, WWE fan, I've got loads of vlogs of when I've gone to wrestling, when I've been to Pro Revolution wrestling in Britain, AEW when I've been to Wembley Stadium, and so on and so forth. I've got 3 or 4 Liverpool vlogs as well for when I've seen the games. Like I said, I'm hoping to go to a fair few. I'm going to be getting my tickets for the Legends game against Dortmund, which hopefully we'll see Mr. Jurgen Klopp again. You never know, we might see Mr. Jurgen Klopp before that, and it might not be for the Legends game either. Or it could be Xabi Alonso, the way this is going. Like I said, I will be very interested to see what happens. This is where I'll leave it, folks. If Xabi Alonso is sacked tomorrow, if they lose to Man City, or is it? I don't know if it's. Is it tomorrow? Or is it the day after? I forget. But either way, the point is, if he's sacked, what will the odds be? Is all I'd say. But yeah, that's kind of what I do on the channel anyway, for those of you who don't know. So obviously you're more than welcome to like and subscribe. If you don't want to do that, you just want to come along and have a chat with me and all my lovely people on here, like Finn and everyone else who's been on, and yeah, and so on and so forth, and DT, you're more than welcome to, because we've got quite a cool little community building up here. Yeah, that's probably about it, folks, to be honest. I'm going to head off because I have a son downstairs who I've just realised I haven't actually seen since he's come back an hour and a half ago, so maybe I should go and be down to the little for about 20 minutes or so. What do you reckon? Yeah, no, I'm going to go and speak to the family in a minute. Just to let you know, as I always do, what's coming up this weekend. Thank you to everyone who watched the Krampus videos, by the way. That was really cool. Shout out to Mrs. S, who sold me the thing. You know who you are. That was awesome, and thank you for solving my Christmas problem. Yeah, in terms of what is coming up the next week, this is going to be a bit of a week this week, to say the least. So I'm going to be watching, finally, I'm going to do my wrestling live reaction to Monday Night Raw, because for some inexplicable reason, I haven't done much coverage of wrestling over the last couple of weeks. So I do apologise. Yeah, I'll be covering Monday Night Raw tomorrow. No, I won't. I will not be covering Monday Night Raw, because I'm either going to do a watch-along or a live reaction to the Inter Milan game that I've just suddenly realised. That's why I need to get up early and watch Monday Night Raw, because I can't do it at the same time as the Inter Milan match. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. So we'll do. If Liverpool lose, I'll just do the coverage of the Monday Night Raw instead of Liverpool lose, and we can just talk about the Liverpool bit of it afterwards or something. Leave that one with us. I'm not totally sure. Right. If it's Liverpool tomorrow, I'll do Monday Night Raw coverage on Wednesday, basically. AEW is usually on Thursday, which will be about 10:30. It's usually about 10:30 I'm on. Friday is Toy Shorts Friday. Do I have a vlog this week? No, I do not have a vlog, but what I do have is live music. Yes, so occasionally on the channel I've got like a little live music thing that I do. Not me. I can't sing or do music or basically anything. I'm actually pretty useless, to be honest. Like, literally, I have no skills or talents of any kind whatsoever, apart from collecting toys, which I guess is a talent. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm on the channel. I'm going to be covering something called Hard Light, a Night of Dark Electronica, which is hosted by my very good friend, A Short Dark Stranger, Mr. Cabaret Chris. If I could encourage you to go to his channel, so that's A Short Dark Stranger. All the information about Hard Light's on there. It's on Instagram. I'm not totally sure what the socials are. Definitely on Facebook. If you just type in Hard Light Night of Dark Electronica, there's going to be loads of cool artists on there that I haven't found out the name yet. I do know that Doberwoman, who is one of my good friends, shout out to Ali, that she's going to be on there performing. So I'm going to find out, and I'm going to put some details on the channel. That's going to be on 8 o'clock this Friday, so it'll be like a two and a half hour gig kind of thing. So I've done this before, so if you've watched it before, you're more than welcome to come and watch it. I'd also encourage you, if you don't want to watch it on my channel, please feel free to go to the Fox and Newt pub. So that's the Fox and Newt pub, for those of you who live in Leeds. If you do live in Leeds, but you're not sure where the Foxton New is, basically, if you live in Leeds, basically, where you've got Park Lane College, go across the road and it's the first boozer that you see, basically. And yeah, that's going to be cool. And then the last thing that I'm doing this week, I will be bringing you live watch along of John Cena's last ever match and live reaction to Cena versus Gunther, which is going to be pretty emotional, because apparently John Cena has been wrestling for 23 years. I have no idea where that 23 years went. I can remember him waltzing out to face Kurt Angle when I had beer in my hand, and me and the lads were shouting things at him at the television. And apparently that was 23 years ago. So yeah. It's going to be a very, very exciting week, this one. In terms of what happens after that? Oh, I'll be doing live reaction for Liverpool Brighton as well on the same day as the Cena retirement thing. Uh, I'll have to see how I can fit that in. I'm not totally sure what we're doing with that, but yeah, I'll do Liverpool versus Brighton as well, and then there'll obviously be Liverpool Tottenham before Christmas, and then obviously over Christmas, like the rest of you, like obviously it's family stuff and this, that, and the other, so there might be a few less shows. But after basically the 26th, I'll be back to normal. So between, I don't know, between the 23rd and the 26th, there might not be a load of content. Well, definitely won't be any content on the 25th because I don't want to be beaten up by my vaunted wife. Because to be fair to the wife, I'm not sure I'd be thrilled about her buggering off to do a live stream during Christmas Day, but there we go. Right, folks. Anyway, because I'm so badly organised, my battery is about to run out. I have 9%, so yeah, just as per usual. Thanks to everyone watching. It's awesome speaking to all of you, and thank you again to DT, to Finn. I'm missing people because my head is so rubbish. But yeah, obviously it means a lot that you guys tune in and watch. Yeah, and thank you for being my little community, and thank you for getting me through this year. Like I always said, one of the big reasons that I'm fit and firing and healthy again is you guys kept me going through the summer. So genuinely, thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. So I'm going to head off. I'm going to go and see my son, see if him and his mum have destroyed my house with Lego as per usual. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for Liverpool versus Inter Milan. It might be a watch long. It could just be a live reaction. I put it as a watch long at the minute, but genuinely, I've got no idea what's actually going to happen tomorrow. I could end up watching it with family, or I could end up watching it at the pub. If I watch it at the pub, I will not be doing watch long for fairly obvious reasons. So it's scheduled for watch long as a minute, but just leave it with us. I'm not totally sure what's going to be happening in the next few days, but definitely, I'll be there for Hard Light, a night of dark electronica. And like I said, it's a short dark stranger, Mr. Cabaret Chris. He's the one that's promoting it all. Like I said, he's a very talented musician, wonderful bloke, top mate. And Dober Woman, who's another one of my very close friends as well, will be performing on it, and there'll be other people as well. But yeah, again, I'd just point you in the fact, if you are in Leeds, if you want to go to the Fox and New, so just opposite Park Lane College, it'll be a good night. And I think tickets are £6. I want to say 3 hours entertainment, pretty decent beer and booze there as well. So yeah, night out for, like, even if you're not a massive drinker, or if you just want free drinks, night out for £20. You can't say fairer than that, can you? Anyway, folks, right. I will see you for whatever the hell I'm doing tomorrow. So either for Inter Milan or Monday Night Raw, or just a random combination of everything. Right, guys, have a good night, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.